Welcome to Coding Dev. Today we will see how to access local storage in Next.js. First, let's create a Next.js app. I will use this pnpm command to create the next app. If you don't have pnpm installed in your machine, you can do npm install -g and install pnpm globally. So I'll copy this command and I'll paste it here. It will ask for the default things like what should be the project name. So I'll give local storage next, and it will ask should I use TypeScript. I'll give no for the time being. ESLint is yes, and Tailwind no, and SRC directory yes. App router, I'll not be using app router because I'm not comfortable with it yet, so I'll use the previous one where we'll have pages router. No, I don't want to customize the imports. So it will install all the dependencies using pnpm. So the advantage of using pnpm is it will not create a duplicate of node modules. So say you have one project with the same package and same version, and one more project with the same npm package and same version, then it will create a copy, and it will not create a copy. It will cache it in the one place, and it will refer using symbolic links, so that it will save a lot of disk space for you. So I recommend you to try out PNPM instead of NPM and see how it works for you. And one more advantage of using PNPM is if the package is already installed once in your machine, then if you are installing it again, it won't take a lot of time to fetch it from the repository. It will fetch it from the local cache and link it to that, so it will be super fast. Now the installation is complete. I'll navigate to that directory, and I will open that project. So starting Next.js project is not like npm start. You'll have to do npm run dev. If you start in npm start, it will run in the production mode. So it says I need to upgrade my Node.js. So I'll just upgrade it and come back. So I already have npm installed, which is a Node version manager where I can use multiple versions of the Node in my machine. So I'll just switch to Node version 18. So I'll use npm use 18. It will switch to Node version 18. So let me start the server now. So it has started in the port 3000. It is ready in 2.7 seconds. Let me open it in the browser. So the application is loaded successfully. So now we have to write, you can go ahead and edit the index.js to make our changes. So what I'll do here is I'll just have one text box where we will let the user input their favorite number and save it. So on click on save, we'll save it to the local storage. So when they refresh the page, we'll fetch that number from the local storage and display it to the user. So let us go to index.js here, and I'll remove this section here. I'll create a form. Inside that I'll have an input text box and a submit button as well. Now what I'll do is I'll create a local state and bind it with this input. So value, I'll give it as a favorite number, and on change I'll get the value and set favorite number as a target dot value. So if I input something, yes, it gets updated. I'll just print it here below just to ensure that the state is getting updated properly. Yes, it is getting updated. So the next thing to do is whenever we submit this form, we need to save it to local storage. So I'll write on submit and write a handler on form submit. So the first thing I need to do here is prevent the default submit where it will reload the page, and I will save it to local storage. Favorite number as favorite number. So let me refresh the page, and I will say 10 as a favorite number and save it. And as you can see, it is saved to the local storage. Also, you can see a warning here. This is because we are initializing the state with empty and changing it to a value. So to avoid that, you can initialize it with the empty string, and we can reload. That warning will go away. The next thing to do is load this whatever we have saved in the local storage to this text box. So to do that, we will have to initialize this state. So what I'll do is access the local storage, saved number is equal to local storage dot get item of favorite number, and I will pass it to this use state initialization. If nothing is there, then I will initialize it with an empty string. So as you can see, we get this error, local storage is not defined. You might be wondering, when we saved something, it did not complain that local storage is not defined, but when we are accessing the local storage, it is saying local storage is not defined. So why is that so? The reason is Next.js is a server-side rendering framework. So whenever we reload this page, right, it will get compiled in the server, and server means Node.js. Node.js doesn't have a window object, only the browser will have the window object. So this local storage is a object inside a window object. So it will not find the local storage and it will throw this error. So how do we prevent all this error? There are multiple ways in which we can solve this error. We will see different solutions in this video. So the first solution will be to check if the local storage is there, then only access it. So the first solution is to check if the window is present or not. So what I'll do is I will change this variable to a let save number is equal to empty if type of window is not equal to undefined. This is how we check if a variable is defined in JavaScript or not. Then I'll just update this save number to get the data from local storage. So let us see if this code works fine. So you still get an error saying that the hydration has failed. This is because whatever is rendered in the server is not the same what is rendered in the client. That is because in the server they won't have this 10, but we have 10 in the client side. But it's still the code still works with the warning. This you won't get this a warning in the runtime. Yeah, as you can see, this is not an elegant solution, so we'll have to find another better solution for this. So the next solution what we can try is, instead of using this condition, you will access this saved number inside a useEffect, because useEffect will run only in the client side, it won't run in the server side. So I'll replace this code using a useEffect. So what I have to do is I have to save this number to the local state. So I'll set the favorite number and let me refresh the page and see if it works fine. So as you can see, it is working fine. I don't get any errors or warnings here. Still, this is not a really great solution because we need to do a lot of use effect and a lot of hacks around to make the solution work. So let us see what is the best solution here. So the next solution is to use dynamic imports. So what I've done is move this whatever favorite number code to a new component. So it is the same code that was present in index.js. I just moved it here and I'm importing it here. So if I reload the page, we still have got that error local storage is not defined. So what we can do is we can import this component dynamically in the client side so that it doesn't get imported in the server side. So the code for that is here in the Next.js document. So I'll just copy paste it here, and what I want is a favorite number as a dynamic import. I'll copy this import statement here. So let me save it. What we are doing is we are saying SSR is false, so do not import this component in the server side and import only in the client side. As you can see, it is working fine. If I change it to 100 and save it and refresh it, you can see it is working fine. So that is how you can access local storage in Next.js. If you have any other solutions, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until we meet next time, bye bye.